get started. We can like cut the music and maybe shut the doors in the back. Everybody got their seat. If you're getting pizza, you want to come in here real quick. We're about to shut the door. All right, listen, I appreciate everybody coming out for PAX 2011. Y'all having a great show? All right. It's fun, isn't it? Fun. You know, we love these kind of shows. This is all about the fans, about the gamers, you know. And at Gearbox, we're a bunch of fans and gamers too. And all the other shows are about the retailers and the press and whatnot. And this is about us, you know. And so thank you very much for coming out, especially coming out to the Gearbox panel. We hope that we entertain you. At least we'll fill your tummy with pizza, right? All right, I'm about to introduce some friends and colleagues. And as I do, they're going to come up here, and I want you to give them a big round of applause, each one of them. The first guy that I want to introduce to you is the producer of Aliens Colonial Marines and Gearbox's resident gentleman, who also happens to be a badass. Everybody give it up for Brian Burleson. Take your victory lap, Brian. All right, and now for the guy who planted the Borderlands skill trees and the first to fight Nine Toes, art director Jeremy Cook. All right, and next we have Borderlands concept designer and an artist who colors then draws the lines. Tip your hat to the side for Scott Kester. Alright, next guy is somebody that everybody knows. He's the brother to the star of Hey Ash, What You Playin'? And the writer of Borderlands 2, Anthony Birch! Mikey Newman, please come to the stage. All right, before I introduce the last panelist, I'll introduce myself. My name is David Eddings. I'm the voice of Claptrap and TK Baja in Borderlands. Hello, travelers! My voice is shot. All right, this next man needs no introduction. He's the president and CEO of Gearbox, the man who put the crazy in Crazy Earl, Randy, what you want, Pitchford!
You guys are awesome. There's a Dr. Ned and a Lilith and a Duke. That's awesome. Hi guys. Thanks for coming to our panel. Wow, look how many people. This is crazy. We've got some cool stuff for you. We're going to talk to you today about our games. We'll also have some time for some Q&A if you wanted to ask any of us any questions about any of our games. And we're going to show you some things and offer you some gifts too. So thanks for coming. Let's get started. What are we going to talk about first? I think we wanted to talk about Aliens first. Did anyone get a chance to see Aliens Colonial Marines here at PAX? Are there any like Aliens nerds in the crowd? Because I'm a huge awesome nerds. I've been telling people that have come by to see the game that it's kind of it feels really humbling to be a part of it because I've been stealing from Aliens my entire career, and it's cool to be able to add something to the real fiction. I wanted, before we were going to show something special that we brought just for PAX that no one else is going to see. Before I do, I want to ask anybody that's like recording stuff, like video, let's not do that. This is for you guys, okay? Those people on the internet, they didn't come here to PAX. They didn't wait in line like you waited, so this is for you. So everybody with video cameras, just put that stuff down. And we'll get to that in a second, but before we show that, I wanted to talk about this little project that a lot of people don't know about. Brian down there, Brian Burleson, who's the producer of Aliens Colonial Marines, produced another game, which is going to come out soon. It's, does anyone have a Nintendo DS or a 3DS? Yeah. Sweet, I got one too. By the way, mine's on right now, so if anybody wants a street pass with me, my green light isn't on yet, so I'm gonna set that right there, so I can street pass a bit. And
Steal.
what's that?
Just make it really easy to steal.
Okay, I'll slide.
Oh yeah, that 2 inches is really going to do the difference, I think.
So Brian produced a game, an Aliens game that's coming out for the DS. It's called Alien Infestation. It was developed by an awesome team of guys known as WayForward. I'm not sure if you know the WayForward guys. These guys kick ass. They did Contra on the DS. They're really good at this kind of stuff, and it's a fun little game. And I think I have the launch date of that to announce for you. It's going to launch in the EU on September 30th and in North America on October 11th. So it's coming soon. So it's called Alien Infestation. So if you have a DS, check that out. Now, obviously there's people like us have been nerding out over the Aliens Colonial Marines stuff for a long time, and I know you want to see this. Do you want to set it up? Hey, can we switch over to my laptop? Sweet. Oh, hey, look at that.
Nice wallpaper, Randy.
Is that on our website? Oh, okay, cool. So, all right. Yeah. Do you want to Brian? Do you want to introduce this?
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So this is something that's really special that we're really proud to show you guys. This is back at home base. They actually cut together some what we call a sizzle reel. It's footage, little clips all throughout the game. It's all work in progress stuff, but it's really exciting to be able to show this to you guys because it's fucking Aliens, Colonial Marines.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yep.
Our goal with Aliens is to make the sequel that we always wanted to see, right? I mean, Alien 3 was cool, but it was more of a sequel to Alien 1 than Aliens, right? So we wanted to raise the stakes and have a bigger battle between the Colonial Marines and the Aliens, and that was our aim. And, you know, when Brian Martell first, he's the director of the game, when he first sat down with Ridley Scott and talked to him about it, and then later, you know, eventually with the Sega guys really helping us get the blessing of 20th Century Fox to trust us to do this, it's kind of a dream come true. I mean, we've always fantasized about this, and it's nice to finally do it. Now, what you just saw, it's not a trailer or anything. That was just, you know, we cut together some just recordings of us playing the game and threw it together with some music from the movie. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'm glad you guys got to see that. What do we want to talk about next? I guess we're gonna. Is anyone here, like, we do a lot of things, so we're going to cover a bunch of stuff. And anyone here a fan of Brothers in Arms? Anyone play Brothers in Arms? Awesome. All right, so I wanted to talk a little bit about that. I wanted to remind everyone that, you know, when we created the series, and we created, you know, Brothers in Arms Road to Hill 30, and Earned in Blood, and most recently Hell's Highway, you know, we love that stuff. We love Sergeant Baker, we love his squad, and we love the history. And we're really committed to the authenticity of that stuff. We're gonna do more of that. We're absolutely, that's happening. And what we tried to do recently is, you know, we started to think of Brothers in Arms as a brand that can have different threads, because the words Brothers in Arms, it kind of means soldiers in war, right? And so we've got some things going on which we haven't announced yet, and we're not ready to announce with Baker's next chapter. So that's happening, but we haven't announced anything yet, and we know it's not real until it's announced, right?
Just like Borderlands 2.
Which time are you talking about that Randy accidentally announced Borderlands 2 at various panels, including last year's, I believe?
What's that?
We're just counting the number of times you've accidentally announced Borderlands 2.
I've announced it a few times accidentally.
Yeah, like 3.
Anyway, we know, like, we announced at E3 Brothers in Arms Furious 4, and we got kind of two different reactions. For people that, you know, more kind of loose gamers or like a lot of different stuff, they looked at it and they go, man, that looks really awesome. You're like bringing co-op gameplay, some of the sentiments of Borderlands, and you're doing it in, you know, kind of this over-the-top kind of fishtail version of World War II. To people like us that really, you know, have a lot of respect and deference for the history, and really care about Sergeant Baker, like we all do, you interpreted it as if we no longer cared about those things. And that's just not true. We want to have some fun in the space and kind of play around a little bit, and that's what Furious 4 is all about. But we're going to be doing the legit stuff too, and you'll hear about that soon enough. Ubisoft kind of helped us be comfortable with that because they have the Tom Clancy brand. And you know, initially you had Rainbow Six, super authentic, and later they kind of found out that they can play with that brand, and they introduced Splinter Cell, and they introduced Ghost Recon and some other things, and they're able to have multiple threads under Tom Clancy. So we hope to do the same thing with Brothers in Arms, and we hope you trust us enough to, you know, if Furious 4 isn't your thing, cool. If it is, check it out. It's a lot of fun. And if you like Borderlands and you've ever had any interest in the subject matter of World War II, I think you're going to really like Furious 4. So check that out. Before I wanted to talk about Duke Nukem also, but before I do, you know, at the studio we work hard. We also have some fun, and we asked Mikey if he would put together kind of a video to bring to PAX to kind of let you guys into our culture to see what we're all about. So I'm just going to hand it over to Mikey.
Yeah. Before I set up the video, I wanted to do one announcement. So Wizards of the Coast, who I'm sure you guys are familiar with, invited us to play.
Are you going to brag?
No, a little bit. I'm going to brag for my team, because they did all the work and I took all the credit. They invited us to play in the Studio Rumble for Magic the Gathering, and we made it all the way to finals of Magic the Gathering of Duel of the Planeswalkers 2012, and we played in the finals against Valve, and we stomped the shit out of them. No, that gets better. By the way, Wizards is the greatest thing ever. Our prize for winning the entire tournament was an uncut sheet of 2012 rare foils. The entire sheet. So, like, I was on the verge of tears. Like, nobody has something like that. So, for fun, we followed up with an exhibition match the next day against Wizards. And we stomped the shit out of them, too. 2-0. My teammate Jeremy over here, we had a shutout. By the way, Steven Strobel up front. I don't know if Curry's here. I just wanted to make sure that these guys.
Hand up, Strobel.
Strobel, bring Strobel. Wait, Strobel. Right. Do your Wookiee. That's why we pay him for big guns. All right. So now that I'm done bragging. So these videos, last year we started.
Can I add something to that?
Yeah, please.
It's kind of cool, you know. The Wizards guys, there's actually a lot of these kind of tournaments that we all do with the different games, and the developers get involved too. There was like a Team Fortress 2 Studio Rumble that was a lot of fun that used to run for a while. I think it's still running.
Yeah, who won that one, Rick, from Valve? Who beat Valve?
Who finally defeated the undefeated Valve?
Oh, was it Gearbox that beat Valve at TF2? That's interesting.
Don't talk about this too much because Rick's going to tell everybody that I hate Valve.
Oh, that's shoddy.